Hey everyone, so I wanted to do the top 10 drugstore tag, which a few other people have already done, and it's a really fun one, and I've tried to do it so I haven't mentioned the items that I've already talked about in depth before. So there is no Gosh Darling, there are no Barry M lip paints, Dazzle Dust, the Barry M bronzer. I've kind of skipped that because I've already talked about it. I still absolutely recommend those products, but it's just that I haven't brought them into this video because I want to cover some slightly wider variety in products. So we've got hair care, skincare, body care, and a couple of makeup items as well. So I am definitely covering old ground here, but I still absolutely love this product, and I think it deserves all the mentions that it can get because it is a miracle worker for me in terms of my skin. Clear is the range, and in North America it's marketed as Clear Pore. And it is full of salicylic acid, but unlike a lot of products that I've come across in the drugstore that are laden with salicylic acid, it's not drying. I never have any problem with dry skin when I use this range. So for me, it just sort of balances out my complexion really, really well. When I get a breakout, I go straight back to this, and I can really, really rely on it. So I love it for that reason. And then another skincare item that I want to talk about, and it's quite a controversial one because a lot of people say that you shouldn't use this as a makeup remover. But I have done in the past, and it's particularly useful if you've got a product on your eyes that you just cannot remove. And I'm one of those people, I want to go to bed and I want to get rid of everything. I don't want to be waking up in the morning with panda eyes. I want it all removed. And so the product that I rely on to do that is plain old baby oil. But I have to say it works fantastically well, and there have been a few mascaras that I've been trying out lately, particularly Majolica Mallorca, which is a Japanese one, and the Ico mascara, which are amazing products. They look fantastic on the eyes, but to remove them is a nightmare, and the only product that will do that is baby oil. So move on to number 3, and it is a body product, and this is probably my number 1 most recommended body product that I've ever used, and it puts all the Lush stuff to shame. Nothing comes close to this, and it is by The Sanctuary, and it is their salt scrub, and this is available in Boots, so it's pretty much a UK only product. But I've used a lot of different salt scrubs by a lot of different brands. But the one that I used before this was Origins, which is a really strong peppermint scrub. It's very, very effective. I used to love to use it, but it is about £25–30. This one from Boots is just as good as that product, in a little bit better than that product because the scent of it is very, very nice. It's almost like a sweet almond, sort of orange scented oil, and it's good when you need to scrub off the old fake tan, but you don't want to leave your skin really dry because this will basically remove all those dead skin cells, but it leaves behind a very light oil residue. I mean, it's sticky or overly oily, it just leaves a really nice sheen to the skin, so it's quite good actually before you're going out on a night because it will leave your skin looking really good if you're wearing anything sleeveless or a short skirt or something. Definitely recommend this. Number 4 is this product. It's by Amber Soler, and it's an after sun, but it's got a slight self-tanner ingredient in it, and I used to use this quite a lot a few years ago, and I used to be able to really build it up, so I would apply it sort of every other day for about a week, and I'd have a really lovely tan, and it was even and there was no streaking, and it tended to last a pretty long time before it started going patchy. I think self-tanners though are very personal. It depends on the kind of tone of your skin as to how a product will come out, but I would say it's, you know, worth a go. If you can get it on offer, then definitely give it a whirl. So I'll move on to hair stuff now, and I've got 2 products. Anyway, this is a range that has only recently been launched in the UK, and it's by a celebrity hairdresser that a lot of people associate with Kate Moss because he's created a lot of her most famous looks, and it is James Brown's Big and Beautiful shampoo. And I absolutely love this. It's about £5 in Boots, and you can obviously get the conditioner, which is the matching product, but the idea behind this is that it creates sort of volume in your hair, but that it also sort of nourishes it at the same time. And what I like about this and why it distinguishes itself from any other shampoo that I've tried, and I really like Aussie shampoo and Tresemme and all that kind of stuff, but I really like the formula of this because it is a cream. So it looks like that. Because it's a cream, when you put it on it does foam up, but it just feels like a treatment as well as a cleansing shampoo at the same time. So it does leave your hair really, really soft. So the only downside to this for me is the scent, and they describe it on the back as smelling lusciously fragrant. But to me, this actually just smells like plant. It's kind of like potted plants, like indoor potted plants. not entirely pleasant. So number 6 is my favourite hairspray. Now I know a lot of people have tried this and they have not liked it at all. So this again is a very personal thing. It might not work particularly well with your hair texture or the kind of style that you like. The one that I like the most is Ozzy's Dual Personality, and this is Volume and Gloss. It smells gorgeous and it doesn't leave my hair too sticky. And in the morning what I do when I'm being really lazy with my hair, I won't straighten it, I won't use any heat on it, which I'm trying not to do anyway, but I'll just kind of hairspray the roots and try and create a bit of volume, and it does that without making it look too rock hard. So I just kind of blitz it and then use my fingers to add the volume at the top. They say here that it adds a superstar shine. Not really sure about that. And they also say on the front that it's an ultra strong hold. Again, I wouldn't really agree with that. I think it's quite sort of a light to medium hold hairspray, but it's one that I really enjoy using. So that is number 6. Number 7 is a nail polish, and it is generally representative of the whole Barry M nail paint range, which I love, and I would say that is my number 7. The whole range is just amazing, the quality is fantastic, but I'm going to single out a shade that I really like, and it is Pink Flamingo, which is quite a new release, and a lot of people have blogged about this for quite some time actually. It looked like a really interesting colour because on some people it looks almost like a coral, and on others it looks like a really vibrant pink, but it is somewhere in between, so it does feel like quite an unusual colour. And I would say in some respects that the quality of this is slightly better than, for example, Nails Inc, which I'm wearing on my nails at the moment. This is Melrose Avenue from their Hills collection, because this seems to go on much more opaque and tends to last, I think, slightly longer. So I would say this is an absolute must if you're in the UK and you have access to Barry. So number 8 is something that has been recently released by L'Oreal as part of their Studio Secrets line, and I'm not completely sure whether this is available anywhere outside of the UK as yet, but it's definitely available in really large boots and Superdrug. But I think the standout product from the whole Studio Secrets line is this. And this they call the Smoothing Resurfacing Primer, and I think this is probably one of the best primers that I have tried, and I've tried quite a few, but I really like this. I think it is actually effective in stopping your face getting oily during the day. And then the other reason why I really like this and why I would definitely recommend it, especially for those people who hate the formula of the Smashbox primers, that kind of really silicone horrible feel that I just hate. I really like this because the texture is almost like a really thick foam. You have to blend it in quite well because it is quite thick, but it just fills in all the pores, any sort of really fine lines as well, so it's brilliant for doing that, and it will just leave your skin feeling flawless. It will make your makeup go on a lot easier, and it does make your makeup stay a lot longer during the day. I think the only downside to this product, and there is always a downside to everything, is the price, because you get 15ml in this tiny little pot, and it does last a pretty long time. I mean, you can use a tiny amount and it goes a long way on your face once you blend it out with your fingers, but it's still about £12, and I think if you're thinking drugstore equals cheap, maybe this doesn't fall into that boundary, but this is one of those products that I think it is definitely worth spending a little bit more money on, because I feel like you could use any foundation after this and it would still look better and last better on your face. So we've done 8 products, there are 2 spots left, and one of them is going to go to a product which a lot of people have said features within their top 10, and it is Revlon Colour Stay Foundation, and I have grabbed the 2 that I use the most in terms of shade. I have found with this, and this is the downside of Revlon Colour Stay, is that the tones of them are slightly weird. Often they can be a little bit too pink, or they can be too yellow, or they can be too peachy, so it is a little bit of trial and error as to whether it's going to suit you or not in terms of the colour. So I would say if you do want to try this, wait till Superdrug have a 3 for 2 on Revlon, because then you can pick up a couple of shades and then just custom match to suit your skin. But the 2 that tend to suit me the most are Natural Tan and Early Tan. But I feel really good when I wear this foundation. I feel really confident in my skin, just as confident as I would be with MAC Studio Fix Fluid or my new love, which is NARS Sheer Glow. But Revlon Colour Stay is such a good, affordable, dependable foundation, and I think it's available in almost every country around the world, so it's definitely one that I think deserves to be in most people's top 10. So we've just got 1 slot left soft for number 10. And the reason I'm going to mention this is because it is the only liquid liner that I can actually use, and it is the L'Oreal Carbon Gloss Super Liner. But it is just a really fine felt, and it goes on just a really intense carbon black, as the label promises, and it lasts a really long time. I've got another one in my hand that I have purchased before as well, and this is the Super Liner. It's just the plain black one. If you like a soft black, then this is a good one for you, but if you want a really intense formula in terms of colour, then definitely go for the Carbon Gloss, because there is a difference between the two. So number 10 for me has to be this L'Oreal eyeliner. I'm sorry I'm not more original, but what can you do? It's a good product. That's why everyone talks about it. So yeah, that is my top 10. If anyone else wants to do this tag, you are more than welcome. Always open to new recommendations, and if you have any for me, then do let me know. But thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.